and welcome to Catalan News. Spain is taking control of Catalonia's finances. The escalation of tensions between the Catalan and Spanish governments over the referendum seems to know no limit. And today, Guardia Civil officers even entered the newsroom of Catalan newspapers. Here, Catalan News will explain everything about this and the latest on many other stories happening in Catalonia. Let's start. Police officers searching print shops and entering newsrooms. More than 75% of Catalan mayors being investigated and political events being cancelled by judges. These are some of the measures that Spanish authorities are taking to stop Catalans from voting in a referendum that Madrid considers illegal. And today, the first confiscations arrived.
Armed military Spanish police today raided several Catalan print shops searching for referendum material, and they found it. At least 100,000 posters were seized in a dramatic day in Catalonia, in which officers also entered several newsrooms. Editors are being warned that they will face criminal charges if they publish referendum ads in their papers or on their websites. Political events in cities in Catalonia, but also elsewhere, such as the Basque Country and Madrid, are being suspended by judges, and the big campaign event celebrated yesterday to kick off the referendum campaign, which attracted 9,000 people, is now formally being investigated by the Attorney General. Mayors are now being summoned to court for openly supporting the vote and have been threatened with arrest if they fail to comply. The efforts to stop the vote have also gone digital. Another website relating to the referendum has been shut down by police. Earlier this week, the actual referendum website was also shut down, although the Catalan government quickly opened a new one. But despite all this, international observers from a dozen different countries keep registering to oversee the October 1st vote. And a group of members of the Danish Parliament today sent a letter to the Spanish government expressing their deep concern for the latest repressive actions and urging dialogue.
The Catalan president and vice president, the mayor of Barcelona, and the president of the Catalan parliament sent today a joint letter to the Spanish government and King Felipe urging them to open dialogue about the referendum. But no one in Madrid has answered that call. In fact, the Spanish government has announced a new dramatic measure to stop the vote, taking over control of Catalonia's finances.
Warnings have turned into action. The referendum is going ahead despite the avalanche of warnings sent by Spanish courts to Catalan officials. That's why Madrid went further today. The Spanish government will soon take control of Catalonia's finances. The only reason is this one.
Estamos garantizando que ningún pago de esa administración va a actividad ilegal.
The money produced by Catalan taxpayers normally goes to Madrid, which keeps apart and sends back some 1.4 billion euros a month. Catalonia uses this money to fund basic services and pay public servants, but now Madrid wants to take over directly paying these basic expenses. What's more, credit entities, such as banks, will not be allowed to lend cash that might go towards the referendum, preventing it in the same way they do money laundering. Without this money, the Catalan government will now only receive around 240 million a month, the money it gets from its own taxes. However, it will have to account for all the expenses. The measure comes after the Catalan vice president yesterday announced that his ministry would no longer send weekly expenditure reports to Madrid. It was a measure imposed in July to help ensure that nothing was spent on the referendum.
Let's change topic now. No one in Catalonia should be left behind. Campaigners have been working for years to guarantee that citizens without earnings be protected. Starting today, it's become a reality. A new guaranteed minimum income program is available in Catalonia, a clear success for citizens' political campaigns.
Rafael Ruiz is 60 years old and has been unemployed for the last 6 years. He gets 430 euros per month from a subsidy, but he spends almost half of it to pay for his room. On Friday, he was among the first people to apply for a new welfare program provided by the Catalan government, a guaranteed minimum income. If he becomes one of the beneficiaries, his monthly income will go up to 560 euros, 150 of which will depend on his participation in employment programs.
Molt important. O sea, de pura viure en una habitació pagant 200 i pico i poder anar a un altre puesto una miqueta millor. Res més. Però no molt millor, una miqueta millor.
The Catalan government hopes that some 70,000 people will benefit from the guaranteed income by 2020. So far, More than 3,000 citizens already have an appointment with the administration to apply for the program. The initial subsidy will be gradually increased up to 664 euros by 2020. That is, the poverty threshold income in Catalonia. The government says beneficiaries will receive their income regardless of its budgetary situation.
Perquè com que és un dret subjectiu, tothom qui tingui dret ho cobrarà. Per tant, no volem donar dades ni de les previsions que tenim perquè tenim diferents escenaris.
Last July, the bill that provides the legal framework for the program was passed by all parties in the Catalan parliament.
Apel·lem a la responsabilitat.
It's been a 4-year struggle, one that started when promoters of the program presented a citizens' initiative backed by more than 120,000 signatures.
The refugee crisis is far from over, and in the midst of this critical situation, this week, Barcelona welcomed a new family of Syrian origin. Catalonia's campaign to welcome new refugees has been strong, with people even taking to the streets, urging Europe to open safe paths and asking Spain to take in more refugees. In fact, Catalonia has offered to take in 4,000 people, but it has no powers on migration issues, and refugees can only be sent here through Madrid. Surrealism was a big art movement in Catalonia. Dalí is probably our most international surrealist artist. A big part of what makes surrealism what it is nonsensical, like absurdity, or like dreams. These days, a new exhibition in Barcelona allows visitors to explore what dreams meant to some of the biggest artists of the 20th century.
Dreams have given endless inspiration to artists. Now, a new exhibition in Barcelona takes visitors into this world. Called The Space of Dreams, it opened at the Mayoral Art Gallery and features iconic names like Dalí, Miró, and Picasso. The collection aims to show how dreams influenced 20th century art. This is when, wanting to create a reality far from the two world wars, art underwent a paradigm shift. Then, artists used dreams as a source of creativity, but their work also has the potential to teach us something today.
Bé, aquesta exposició té unes obres que són de museu. Això sol ja és enormement atractiu, però és que té un tema cabdal. Tots nosaltres somiem i és molt bo de demanar-nos com és possible que els artistes tinguin aquesta extraordinària capacitat d'explicar-nos les coses a través dels somnis que segurament tots nosaltres tenim.
The exhibition has two big sections, one reflecting on lucid dreaming through the works of Dalí and Duchamp. The other addresses the moments after the darkest years of the Franco dictatorship and displays artists like Calder and Miró. The exhibition features still more artists, with Catalan names like Brossa, Tapias and Pons, and international icons like Magritte and Chagall, which visitors will be able to enjoy until January 5.
And with this, we finish today's show. We leave you with some images from the Catalan Pyrenees, where, even at this very early stage, it's snowing. See how amazing it all looks, and come back to us next week. Bye.